Om Shuklam Baradharam Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopashantaye. Namaskar and welcome back to Amar Bharati Samskrita YouTube channel, where we are studying the Shemushi CBSE class 9 Sanskrit textbook. In this, we now look at the Panchamaha Pathaha Sukti Mouktikam. Panchamaha Pathaha Sukti Mouktikam means pearls of wisdom. Mouktikam means pearl. We now look at an English explanation of this particular lesson. Prastutah Pathaha Naitika Shikshanam Pradayaka Rupena Vinyasto Vartate. This current lesson is intended to be in the form of ethics and moral education. Asmin pathe vividha granthebhyah nana naitika shiksha pradani padyani sangrihitani santi. In this lesson are verses collected from several works, verses which impart various moral and ethical principles. Atra sadacharanasya mahima. Here are found verses on greatness of good conduct. Sadacharanasya mahima. Priya vanyaha avashyakata. The necessity of pleasant speech. Paropakarinam swabhavaha. The nature of generous people. Gunarjanasya prerana, the inspiration to acquire good qualities. Mitratayaha swarupam, the nature of true friendship. Shrestha sangatehe prashamsa, the eulogy of great company. Tatha cha satsangatehe prabhavaha, the influence of noble company. Ityadinam vishayanam nirupanam asti. So there is description of all of these things and others. Samskrita sahitye niti granthanam samruddha parampara drishyate. In Sanskrit literature is found a huge collection of ethical sayings and words of wisdom. Tatra pratipadita shikshanam Anupalanam kritva vayam svajivana saphalikartum shaknumaha. Following the advice given in these sayings, we can indeed find fulfillment and satisfaction in our lives. We go through the poems, the verses, one by one. Vrittam yatnena samrakshet vittameti chayati cha Akshino vittata kshino vrittatastu hato hataha vrittam yatnena samrakshet vittameti chayati cha akshino vittata kshino vrittatastu hato hataha. This is from the Manusmriti. We look at the Padacheda, Padavibhaga, split of words. Vrittam yatnena samrakshet vittam eti cha yati cha akshinaha vittatah kshinaha vrittatah tu hatah hatah. Anvaya or the prose order or the gadya krama is vrittam yatnena samrakshet vittam eti cha yati cha vittatah kshinaha akshinaha bhavati vrittatah kshinaha tu hataha hataha. We now look at the pratipadartha. Vrittam, conduct, character. Yatnena samrakshet is to be protected by putting effort, yatna. Vittam eti, money comes, chayati cha, and goes. Akshinaha vittata kshinaha, the decrease in wealth is not a real decrease at all. Vrittatah tu hataha hataha, the decrease of conduct is indeed, the decline of conduct is indeed a decline. Let us look at the overall meaning. Character, conduct. is to be safeguarded by putting effort. Wealth comes and goes. The loss of money is not a real loss at all, whereas the loss of character is a real loss. The moral of this Subhashita is, consider your character to be more valuable than money. Loss of money can be recovered, whereas loss of character cannot be recovered. We go to the second one. Shruyatam dharma sarvasvam shrutva chaivavadharyatam atmanah pratikulani pareshan na samacharet. Shruyatam dharma sarvasvam shrutva chaivavadharyatam atmanah pratikulani pareshan na samacharet. This is from the Vidura Niti. Vidura Niti is an excellent book. You have to read it once in your lifetime. It's a very short book. Please read it once in your lifetime. Padachhedaha, Padavibhagaha, split of words. Shruyatam dharma sarvasvam shrutva cha eva avadharyatam atmanah pratikulani paresham na samacharet. Anvaya of the prose order, Gadya Krama is dharma sarvasvam shruyatam Shrutva cha eva avadharyatam atmanah pratikulani paresham na samacharet. We look at the Pratipadartha. Shruyatam dharma sarvasvam. Listen to the essence of righteousness. Shrutva cha eva avadharyatam. Having heard, ascertain this, understand this, realize this. Atmanah pratikulani. Those acts which are bad, averse for oneself, paresham na samacharet, are not to be done for other people. We look at the overall meaning of this Subhashita. Listen to the essence of all righteous conduct. All of righteous conduct. Having listened to this, realize this, and put it into practice. Whatever acts are bad, have bad, averse results for oneself, those acts are not to be done for others. The moral is, never do such deeds to others which, if done to you, put you into trouble. Don't cause trouble to others, is the meaning. We go further. Priyavakya pradhanena sarve tushyanti jantavah tasmat tadeva vaktavyam vachane ka daridrata. Priyavakya pradhanena sarve tushyanti jantavah tasmat tadeva vaktavyam vachane ka daridrata. This is from the Chanakya Niti, written by Chanakya. Padacheda, Padavibhaga, split of words. Priyavakya pradhanena sarve tushyanti jantavah tasmat tat eva vaktavyam vachane ka daridrata. Anvaya of the prose order, Gadya Krama is sarve jantavah priyavakya pradhanena tushyanti tasmat tadeva vaktavyam vachane daridrata ka. We look at the meanings of the individual words. Pratipadartha. Priyavakya pradhanena, by the utterances of pleasant words, sarve tushyanti jantavah, all beings will become happy, satiated. Tasmat tadeva vaktavyam, therefore that itself is to be told. Pleasant words are worth saying. Vachane ka daridrata, where is the dearth for speech? Where is the scarcity in respect to speech? Is the question. We look at the overall meaning. All beings will be happy, satiated with the utterance of pleasant words. All beings includes animals also. If you speak softly to an animal, it will listen. If you shout at an animal, it will also fight back. Therefore, be pleasant to all beings. Speak pleasantly to all beings. It's what it is telling. Therefore, that itself is worth saying. Pleasant words are indeed to be spoken always. Where is the scarcity with respect to speech? Moral is, always speak pleasant words. You don't need to spend any money for speaking pleasant words. We go further. Pibanti nadya swayameva nambha swayam na khadanti phalani vrikshaha nadanti sasyam khalu varivaha paropakaraya satam vibhutayah. Pibanti nadya swayameva nambha swayam na khadanti phalani vrikshaha nadanti sasyam khalu varivaha paropakaraya satam vibhutayah. This is from the Subhashita Ratna Bhandagaram. We look at the Padacheda, Padavibhaga, split of words. Pibanti nadyah swayam eva na ambhaha swayam na khadanti phalani vrikshaha na adanti sasyam khalu varivaha paropakaraya satam vibhutayah. The Anvaya or the prose order is Nadyah Swayameva Ambhaha Na Pibanti Vrikshaha Swayam Phalani Na Khadanti Varivaha Sasyam Na Adanti Satam Vibhutayah Paropakaraya Eva Bhavanti. We look at the Pratipadartha. Pibanti Nadyah Swayameva Na Ambhaha means Nadyah, rivers, do not drink their own waters. Swayam na khadanti phalani vrikshaha. Vrikshaha means trees. Trees do not eat their own fruits. Na adanti sasyam khalu varivaha. Clouds do not eat or consume the plants which they water. The water from the clouds comes and waters the plants, and the clouds go and don't go and eat those plants themselves. Paropakaraya satam vibhutayah. Vibhuti means glory or wealth or riches. The wealth, riches of noble people are for charity, donation, for generous purposes. We look at the overall meaning. Rivers do not drink their own waters. Trees do not eat their own fruits. Clouds do not consume the very plants which they water. The wealth, riches of noble people is meant only for the welfare of others. Moral is, take the example from nature. Nature does not store for itself, but for giving to others. We go to the next one. Guneshveva hi kartavyah prayatnah purushais sada Gunayukto daridropi neshwarairagunais samah. Guneshveva hi kartavyah prayatnah purushais sada Gunayukto daridropi neshwarairagunais samah. This is from the Mricha Katikam. The Padacheda, Padavibhaga, split of words. Guneshu eva hi kartavyah prayatnah purushaihi sada Gunayuktah daridrah api na ishwaraihi agunaihi samaha. Anvaya or the prose order, Gadya Krama is Purushaihi sada guneshu eva prayatnah kartavyah Gunayuktah daridrah api agunaihi ishwarai samaha na bhavati. We go to the Pratipadartha. Guneshu eva hi kartavyah prayatnah. Effort should be put towards acquiring good qualities indeed. Purushaihi sada, by people, always. Gunayuktah daridrah api. Even if a person having good qualities is poor with respect to wealth, with respect to money, na ishwaraihi agunaihi samaha. He is not equal to a rich person having bad qualities. What is the meaning of this Subhashita? One should always put efforts only towards acquiring good qualities. He says, indeed, it says, even if a person having good qualities is poor in money, he is not equal to a rich person having no good qualities. Instead, he is far superior than such a rich person, is the meaning of this Subhashita. Moral is, always put efforts towards acquiring good qualities in your life. We go to the next one. Arambha gurvi kshayini kramena laghvi pura vriddhimati cha paschat dinasya purvardha parardha bhinna chayeva maitri khalu sajjananam. Arambha gurvi kshayini kramena laghvi pura vriddhimati cha paschat dinasya purvardha parardha bhinna chayeva maitri khalu sajjananam. This is from the Niti Shatakam by poet Bhartrhari. The Padacheda, Padavibhaga, split of words is Arambha Gurvi Kshayini Kramena Laghvi Pura Vriddhimati Cha Paschat Dinasya Purvardha Parardha Bhinna Chaya Iva Maitri Khalasajjananam. The Anvaya or the prose order is Gadya Krama is Arambha gurvi bhavati kramena kshayini bhavati pura laghvi bhavati paschatcha vriddhimati bhavati dinasya purvardha parardha chaya iva khalla sajjananam maitri bhinna bhavati. We look at the pratipadartha. Arambha gurvi, big, large in the beginning. Kshayini kramena, decreasing gradually. Laghvi pura, small in the beginning. Vriddhimati cha paschat, and increasing later. Dinasya purvardha parardha bhinna, different in the forenoon and afternoon times of the day. Chaya iva, like the shadow. Maitri khalasajjananam, friendship with wicked and good people. What is the overall meaning of this Subhashita? Friendship with a wicked person is like the shadow of an object during the forenoon. Initially it will be big and gradually it will reduce. If you look at the sun in the morning, it casts long shadows. So the friendship with a wicked person is like the length of a long shadow in the morning, but by the time it is afternoon, the shadow will have reduced in size. So friendship with a wicked person is like the shadow of an object during the forenoon, from sunrise to mid-noon. It will be big in the beginning and gradually it will reduce. Whereas friendship with a noble person is like the shadow during the second half of the day. Initially in the mid-noon, in the afternoon, immediately when the sun is on the sky, sun is up in the sky, vertically up, the shadow will be very small, and slowly towards sunset the shadow will increase. That's the same way. Initially it will be small but will increase later. Friendship with a noble person is like the shadow during the second half of a day. Initially it will be small but will increase later. Moral is, friendship with a noble person increases with time. Friendship with a wicked person decreases with time. This is the meaning of this Subhashita. We go further. Yatrapi kutrapi gata bhaveyuho hamsa mahi mandala mandanaya hanistu tesham hi sarovaranam yesham maralais saha viprayogah. Yatrapi kutrapi gata bhaveyuho hamsa mahi mandala mandanaya hanistu tesham hi sarovaranam yesham maralais saha viprayogah. This is from Bhamini Vilasaha. The Padacheda, Padavibhaga, split of words is Yatra api kutra api gata bhaveyuho hamsaha mahimandala mandanaya hanihi tu tesham hi sarovaranam yesham maralaihi saha viprayogah. Anvaya or the prose order is hamsaha yatra api kutra api mahimandala mandanaya gataha bhaveyuho hanihi tu tesham sarovaranam hi bhavati yesham sarovaranam maralais saha viprayogah bhavati. We look at the pratipadartha. Yatra api kutra api, wherever, whichever place it may be. Gata bhaveyuhu hamsaha, swans go, there happens. mandala mandanaya, for the adorning of the earth, for the decoration of the earth. Wherever the swans go, they indeed decorate the earth itself, is what is the meaning. Hanihi tu tesham hi. However, it is indeed their loss. Sarovaranam, of the lakes. Yesham maralai saha viprayoga, which are separated from swans. Marala is a swan. Those lakes which are separated from swans, where swans are not there, it is their loss indeed, is what is the meaning of this particular Subhashita. We will go to the overall meaning. Swans, wherever they go, to whichever lake they go for the purpose of adorning, decorating the earth. However, it is indeed the loss of such lakes which are separated from swans, wherever swans are not there. Moral is, noble people are like swans who adorn wherever they go. It is indeed a loss of those places to which noble people do not go. Now the last Subhashita. Guna gunagneshu guna bhavanti te nirgunam prapya bhavanti doshaha asvadyatoyaha pravahanti nadyaha samudra masadya bhavantyapeyaha. Guna gunagneshu guna bhavanti te nirgunam prapya bhavanti doshaha asvadyatoyah pravahanti nadyaha samudra masadya bhavantyapeyaha. This is from the Hitopadesha. Now we look at the Padacheda, Padavibhaga, split of words. Gunaha, gunagneshu gunaha bhavanti. Te nirgunam prapya bhavanti doshaha. Asvadya toyaha pravahanti nadyaha. Samudram asadya bhavanti apeyaha. Anvaya at the prose order is Gunaha gunagneshu gunaha bhavanti. Te gunaha nirgunam prapya doshaha bhavanti. Asvadya toyaha nadyaha pravahanti. Taha eva nadyaha samudram asadya apeyaha bhavanti. We look at the Pratipadartha. Gunaha means qualities. Gunagneshu, in a noble person, in a person with good company. Gunaha, noble, good qualities. Bhavanti, become. Te, they, these qualities. Nirgunam, person with bad qualities. In a person with bad company. Prapya, having reached. Doshaha, bad qualities or defects. Bhavanti. Asvadya toyaha, pure, sweet, tasty waters. Pravahanti, flow. Nadyaha, rivers. Samudram, sea, ocean. Asadya, having reached. Apeyaha, undrinkable. Bhavanti, become. What is the meaning of this Subhashita? Qualities become good and noble qualities when they are taken up by a good and noble person or by a person in good company. These same qualities become defects, bad qualities, when they are taken up by a wicked person or in wicked company. As an example, pure, sweet, tasty, drinkable waters flow in rivers, and the same river waters, when they reach the sea, become salty and undrinkable. I will show you one more example. Perseverance is a good quality in a person who uses it for study, research of good and noble topics. The very same perseverance can become dogmatism, stubbornness, the act of not listening to other people's opinion, when it is used by a wicked person for bad purposes. This is from the Hitopadesha. The learning in this particular lesson is like this: preserve your character, conduct, do good to others, always speak pleasantly, give in charity, donations, always acquire good qualities, have friendship with noble people, adorn the earth like swans, decorate the earth, be a good person. Now there is a small grammar portion in this particular lesson, Sukti Mouktikam. We look at that before we close this video. First comes the tasil pratyaya. Vitta plus tasil is vittataha. The tasil pratyaya is used in the sense of panchami vibhakti, ablative case. Only the taha part is retained. The words which are formed by affixing this tasil pratyaya are avyayas, indeclinables. When an object or a person gets separated from a place, then the panchami vibhakti is used. For example, in the sentence Devadattaha prayagat kashim gacchati, meaning Devadatta goes from Prayaga to Kashi. Devadatta gets separated from Prayaga. Therefore, the Panchami Vibhakti is used by the word Prayagat. In the place of this word Prayagat, the corresponding Tasil Pratyaya word, which is Prayagataha, can be used. So the sentence becomes Devadattaha Prayagataha Kashim Gacchati. Other example is Dehali plus Tasil will become Dehali Taha. There is one more grammar note about Upasargaha. These are prefixes added as prefixes to a verb and they modify the meaning of the verb. For example, we have the Hru Dhatu here. Hru Dhatu, the main form is Harati, like that. So, when we add the prefix Vi plus Haraha, then we get Viharaha, means a walk in the park. Vihara means enjoying in the park. Then if you add the prefix Pra, then it becomes Prahara, means beating somebody, attacking somebody. And if it is Sam, if you add the suffix Sam, there, if you add the prefix Sam, it becomes Samhara. Vi, Pra, Sam and Upa are prefixes added. These are called Upasargas. Samhara means killing somebody. Rama killed Ravana. That is Samhara. Then if you add the word Upa in the beginning to Hara, it becomes Upahara, which means a gift. Somebody gives an Upahara to somebody, it's a gift. So, Vi is an Upasarga, makes it Vihara. Pra is an Upasarga, makes it Prahara. Sam is an Upasarga, makes it Samhara. And Upa is an Upasarga, makes it Upahara. So, the Upasarga can in fact transform, modify the meaning of the original verb. So, those are Upasargas. Next, one more grammar note. Stri Pratyaya. Masculine words can be converted to their corresponding feminine forms by applying the Stri Pratyayas. Those Pratyayas which are affixed to masculine words, to convert them to feminine words are called as Stri Pratyayas. These are of two types. A, which is of these types, top, dap and chop. E, which is neep, niche and een. Bala plus top is Bala. It's a girl. Bala is a boy. Bala is a girl. Adhyapaka plus top will become Adhyapika, which means a lady teacher. Laghu plus neep is Lagvi. Guru plus neep is Gurvi. Lagvi and Gurvi are feminine words. The words on the left are masculine. The words on the right are feminine. You can download printable versions of the slides at the link given in the description below. This brings me to the end of this particular video where we looked at the lesson part of the Panchamaha Pathaha, Sukti Mouktikam. Thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe, share. See you in the next video with the exercises part of this particular lesson. YouTube, Amarabharati Samskrita. Shubham Bhoyat, Mangalamastu, Vande Mataram, Shri Krishnarpanamastu.